So here we are with the hip bone. In the hip bone, as we see, it is a left hip bone. I guess you all know about the side determination. That is this acetabulum. This is the acetabulum part. This acetabulum should be placed laterally, that is away from our body, and somewhat it should be bent. This hip bone should be bent. It should not be kept straight. So I guess you all know about it. So let me move about the parts of this hip bone. In the hip bone, actually this is the outer surface of the hip bone, and this is the inner surface of the hip bone. Okay, now let me say about the outer surface of the hip bone. We all know hip bone consists of three parts, that is ilium, ischium and pubis. Okay, so this part is the ilium and this part is the ischium till here, and this is said to be pubis. So we'll move what are the parts in the ilium, ischium and this. In the ilium, on its uppermost part, this area, we have some prominence, right? This is said to be iliac crest, and this iliac crest is been marked with a tubercle. So let me show you. So if we could feel this in a real bone. So here we'll have a tubercle in the iliac crest in its outer surface. Then we have anterior gluteal line, inferior gluteal line. Note it is not posterior and anterior gluteal line, or it is not superior or inferior gluteal line. It is anterior gluteal line and the inferior gluteal line. Okay. Then the most important structure, acetabulum, as we all know, and this ischium part, that is till here. This ischium, we have ischial spine here, ischial spine over here, and the ischial tuberosity. Okay, now we have this area is said to be ischiopubic ramus. This area is said to be ischiopubic ramus. Then this part is said to be pubis. As I have already seen, this part is the pubis region. In the pubis, this is the anterior surface of the pubis, where we could see inferior ramus and the superior ramus. And here we have this hole. This hole which is being present here is the obturator foramen. Why it is said to be obturator foramen or something like that? Here we will have obturator externus and internus which is being attached over here. Okay, now we can see about the borders. Okay, so this is the anterior border, and this is the posterior border. This is the anterior border and this is the posterior border, marked with anterior superior iliac spine and anterior inferior iliac spine, and posterior superior iliac spine and the posterior inferior iliac spine. And below the posterior inferior iliac spine we could see a notch. This is greater sciatic notch, and here we could see the ischial spine, and below it we could see a lesser sciatic notch. So let me tell you again, that is, in this posterior border we have posterior superior iliac spine, posterior inferior iliac spine, greater sciatic notch, ischial spine, lesser sciatic notch. Okay, then we have obturator foramen, ischial tuberosity. Now on the other side, that is on the inner surface, this whole part is the iliac fossa. Okay, this whole concave part is the iliac fossa, and we have iliac tubercle over here, iliac tuberosity here, sorry, it is iliac tuberosity. We have iliac tuberosity over here, and in the before we have seen in the ischial part we have ischial tuberosity on the outer surface, and here on the posterior surface we have iliac tuberosity. And when we bend it like this, we could see this margin, right, like this, um, this surface, that is this side, right? This is said to be a medial border. It can be felt on a real bone when you touch a, when you do viva you could see, or when you go for osteology class, just see, you can feel this border. It is a medial border which is being located on the inner surface of the hip bone, where you could see in the medial border you could see this prominent thing. It is iliopubic eminence. It is iliopubic eminence. And this is ischial tuberosity, sorry, ischial spine. That is ischial spine, as I marked here, it is ischial spine, sorry. Now on the posterior surface also we have the same thing. Posterior border, this is anterior border and posterior border. Anterior superior iliac spine, anterior inferior iliac spine, posterior superior iliac spine, posterior inferior iliac spine, and here we have iliac tuberosity. And this is ischial spine, greater sciatic notch, lesser sciatic notch, obturator foramen. This is obturator foramen. Okay.